Hi, and welcome to another episode of 3 Foot Good. I'm Darren.
I'm Tyler.
And I'm Rich.
In this episode, we're going to talk about AMG's new announcement.
Plus, some tournament news.
We might add some stuff about Delta.
Yeah, maybe. Delta got spoiled.
So I think let's start with the AMG stuff.
Yeah, okay. So, Adepticon moved.
Yes.
It has now
big
moved.
Deal. Yeah.
Big deal. It's no longer going to even be in Chicago. It's going to Milwaukee. So, bigger spot.
And they're remodeling it right now. I guess they're in the middle of remodeling that and all the streets and everything. That's what I've heard. And so a lot of that's been done. Anybody that's been to Gen Con prior to Indianapolis, you've been there already.
Was it the same center?
Yeah.
They did move it to there.
Yeah. So it is there. So if you've been to Gen Con years before, some of us older gamers like me. Did you ever make Gen Con?
I've never gone to Gen Con.
Really? Oh.
I guess I missed the glory days and I have no desire to go now. So
it's really expensive.
I've been told it's an experience.
Yeah,
but,
it is. It is.
But yeah, so it's up there. The Bayard, whatever Howard Center up there. Whatever.
Yeah, I don't remember what.
So
it used to be called.
that's cool. The dates are already out now for it as well. So hopefully there won't be issues with room and tables and there'll be enough space and everything. So that's kind of cool. I know some people are a little upset that it's moving an hour farther away than Chicago than where it was. We'll see what happens.
Yeah,
I mean,
but it's going to be.
I'll still be there.
Yeah, it's going to be good. However, one thing that won't be there.
Will be Worlds.
Worlds will not be there for
Worlds
Legion
was
a pretty good. That was a nice segue right in
Yeah.
there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was pretty good. Yeah,
for all of them. There's no Armada, there's no X-wing, and there's no Legion
But
Worlds.
what will be there is the safe house.
Yes, the safe house will be there. You've never been to.
No.
We're gonna have to get into the safe house.
Yeah.
In Milwaukee, okay.
Yeah. Gosh.
I'll have my kids with me,
so what's that?
So I'm gonna have my kids with me. So.
Yeah, I don't think.
I guess we're not gonna take him to the safe house. Yeah.
Okay, so what did they put out an announcement, pretty much talking about how
AMG
organized play,
not Adepticon.
correct? AMG, about how their organized play is going to be going forward. They have pretty much said that Worlds is dead, and they are going to start doing regional.
They didn't quite say it like Worlds is dead. They said they were no longer going to be, because it was going to be inclusive.
Because it's going to be regional. It's no longer going to be just everybody from the world comes to one area.
They used all those terms.
Multiple different regional ones.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess like if you're in South America, where there wasn't probably a lot of big tournaments, but you still have to hit the 32-man mark. So to get this regional kit,
which is unfortunate. I hope the guys that we've met from down there, I hope they can make it up.
Right.
Still to
get to because Adepticon is still a great convention to come to.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I mean, again, it's So they pretty much said Worlds was done. It was they talked about how it was cost prohibitive and they used up most of their organized play budget for it, but they wanted to be more inclusive, and they've found that hey, if we do these where people were prepping to go to Worlds and where the old store championships were being held at like the past year, that the community was very invigorated. There was lots of hobbying, lots of club type stuff going on. So their reasoning is we're going to spread these regional kits out to give everybody that option as opposed to having it all then funnel into a Worlds thing. But it could still funnel into, but whatever. It's
okay. So here.
They should have just came out and said, "Hey, it's too expensive.
We're not going to do this.
Worlds is costing us too much."
Because I have a problem with the whole inclusivity thing
argument.
Yeah. So you've got a lot of stores out there that have been carrying the water for tournaments, where they can get 16-person tournaments.
Yep.
And
or 20
or whatever, and then you can give out a store championship, and it gave people something to kind
locals.
Locals a chance to do it. And there are those who will go to a local tournament, but they won't go to a bigger tournament either through
LVO, AC Pro, Lone Star Open.
Yeah. So some of that stuff, I just don't see, from my perspective, I don't see how it's going to be more inclusive. And for the game store owners who are able to put on decent events, the 20 or 18 or whatever, our 20. What do we have?
27.
27. Yeah, or 27. It's now limiting them. And and that kind of sucks because I think it'll cut back a little bit on some of the
people-
folks that can actually attend.
And people
the
may not travel. Like,
Right.
sure, the Wampa guys will probably still come down because the Wampa guys are cool and whatnot,
Yeah,
and we'll
yeah,
still go
yeah,
up to see them. But like, well, is Michael from Des Moines going to travel out to our tournament now? I'm like, maybe not. Will Pally, who's on the far side of Des Moines, travel out to our tournament if there's not an invite on the line? Like,
I don't know.
we think we're pretty cool, and everybody says they have fun at our tournaments. So
But we don't figure
we
we're
don't.
that cool.
right, and I mean,
I'm
I
not.
guess we'll still have those store kits that got leaked. So yay. I guess. I mean, so there's still some
Yeah,
things. So I'm really hoping those, like, I hope Dave can get more than one of those then so that, we can maybe run a couple events or give out stuff to everybody out of it. So they're doing these regionals, and not everybody's going to get a regional. Now, they have not said how many regional kits are even going to be available, but there's an application process, and you must fill the application process out by, I think it's the first week in May.
Yeah, you had 2 weeks from the announcement, I think.
Right, and then so you've got to, if you're going to run one of these events, the clock is ticking. Like, you need to get this all filled out.
And I'm sure there's some folks who are.
I'm sure they probably already have done it as well.
We've looked at it.
I looked at it, and I'm not going to follow all of their rules,
Looked at
and
it.
so we're not even going to try. One, you have to make 32 people. Well, we didn't have that. We had 32 sign up.
We've been close.
We've been close, but we never had 32 attend. It had to be at a public event location. It can't be private. Okay, fine, whatever. You have to follow all of their galactic tournament rules, and I don't agree with all of their tournament rules, and we didn't follow all of them at our store championship. And this is very explicit that, nope, if you want one of these, you are committing to following all of the rules. So I'm like, well, that's fine. I don't want to do that anyways. But they have not said. They said that once all the applications are in, they will then release these are the ones and these are the dates. You had to click on if you knew the dates or if it was going to be at a future time, et cetera, et cetera. You had to show a web link if it was a store, where the store was at, had to be at a physical location, had to be at an actual in-store location thing. So that's cool.
What
I guess.
we don't know is how many people were trying to cheat the system before,
right?
Because we don't know that. But yeah, I don't know.
And I mean, I get it. There was the whole, hey, you have to have at least 16 people if you wanted to have the store championship kit, but they didn't come out and say that immediately that was going to be strictly enforced, and then it was, and then, but
whatever. It's a business decision.
It's a business decision.
They've got to do what they've got to do.
Is this the beginning of the end? God, I hope not, because I do really like Legion.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either, because GW does this. Yeah. GW doesn't do any of their own real big tournaments. It's all done by the community. I even put in my notes, hey, is Frontline Gaming going to create their own circuit? And lo and behold, today?
Was it today or yesterday?
Today or yesterday, I can't remember which now. They released, hey, yep, they are doing their own invitational circuit. There's going to be more info out on this. So,
way to go, Frontline.
Right.
We talked about it. We figured that someone was going to do it. I know we were kind of getting pushed. Someone was talking to me just yesterday. Oh, you guys should do your own worlds. Man, I don't know if we're big enough to do our own worlds.
Midwest world. No.
Yeah, but
then Frontline Gaming came out, and I kind of commented. I mean, Frontline Gaming doesn't have a tournament in October. I'm like, we could fill that spot.
We could fill that spot for them. Yeah. If you hear from us,
yeah. I mean,
there's probably a reason.
But no, so there is going to still be a circuit. It is still going to pool into a bigger thing. There's not a lot of details on it yet. The post on Facebook talked about how the big tournaments would all be qualifying. The winners of those would be qualified, and then you could still earn qualifying points. And those that get enough qualifying points will be able to get in to the Las Vegas Open Invitational that happens at LVO. But then there's also going to be a last chance qualifier that they're going to have. So they said more to follow. They're going to try and have a website set up so TOs can go and, have a collaborative place to go and plan their tournaments and get stuff out in one central location.
Which is really cool.
Which would be nice.
And thumbs up to you guys.
Yeah, really, definitely.
I mean, that's awesome. It really is. So we will be contacting you.
You're right, yeah. Especially when that link goes up that we can.
Yep, we'll be contacting you. Or give us a holler.
Right.
You need any ideas?
Right. LJ, I think you know them. So he kind of watches our videos every once in a while when he's not deployed.
When he's not
Doing
saving the world
military stuff.
Yeah.
So we're still going to have our tournament. It's still going to be in October, TDB. We're still going to do the 4 rounds. We're going to have fun. That just means, hey, there's no no Worlds invite on the line. That just means we can do more shenanigans.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
we're still have fun. And who knows, maybe it'll be
a qualifying
Qualifier
event
for-
for points for Frontline Gaming.
Yep. Which is very possible.
Yeah. All right, so Clone Commandos.
Right.
Clone
Commandos. I know that's what you're waiting for. Well, and this, because that's my favorite part of the whole video. I'm in them, and this is my favorite part.
So Clone Commandos, they've gotten, I guess, early access has been sent to some of the YouTube channel guys, and so they did unboxings.
Did you get one?
No, I didn't. No, we're not high enough on the AMG radar.
Yeah, probably
We don't do weekly battle
No,
reports.
probably not at all.
So Clone Commandos, I was really excited for these things until it was brought to my attention that these guys are Clone Commandos, just like the generic ones, only they have a single dot by their name. So you cannot take these guys with the generics.
Yeah. So you
But in a team event, I'm just saying, team event. Not that I'm making lists for the team event at Adepticon
already.
Hey, LVO said they're having a team event still as well too.
I know.
So there you
we'll
go.
be there. We'll be
Yeah.
there as long as Dave can still get out of bed and he's not too drunk.
All right, so Clone Commandos, Delta Squad. So not just regular Clone Commandos. Still 4 guys. They go up to now 100 points as opposed to the 75 that the regular Commandos are. For that, you get 2 trainings, the 1 gear, grenades, HQ or comms, and then the armament. You have to take for your equipment the armor. You can take their config, which is free, which is the same gun that the Commandos have, which is the range 3 to 4, 1 red, high velocity, lethal 1, or the 2 black, impact 1 scatter gun, which could be kind of cool. But what do you get for those extra 20 points? Well, you get also now target 2 instead of just target 1. So you give them an order, and they get 2 aims. Or they get independent
recover.
Right. And since they have the shield and the recharge, recover is kind of nice. Mm-hmm. But if you're doing the independent recovery, you're not getting the target because you're not giving them the order token. So those two seem to be competing. But
but I mean, sometimes you just can't get them in order. So I mean, if you can't get them in order, they're going to recover.
Yep. They still have the infiltrate. They have the shielded, all that fun stuff. Mm-hmm. They are 1 health still each. Kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
Red saves, no surging because they still have that priority mission. Yep. But they have a dash courage.
Dash courage is cool.
So they don't have to worry about suppression. You can put them on that back objective and let them sit there with their sniper rifles and just plink all day long.
Yeah.
Their speed 2, they've got a 2 black 1 to 2 gun that's suppressive as opposed to the black white suppressive. And then the 2 black combat, which is, I believe, the same as the Commandos.
Yep.
So pretty cool. They are still a support choice, just like the other Commandos. So
medics probably
medics are going to be good.
Come around a little bit more, I think. Not in every unit, because we were talking medics. If you fire support with a unit, you can't use the medic, so you've got to kind of be careful. You've got to balance that
which
out.
unit you're putting it in.
And
if you're fire supporting with them,
all that stuff. So you got to balance that out a little.
These aren't necessarily the best fire supporting units.
No.
Because they don't surge.
But
unless they have their critical 2 from their priority.
Right. But to bring them back, I mean, for.
To
bring back a
I'm going to bring back this Clone Commando.
This
was the one wound I had to take to stop your 18 hits getting through, and now I just brought the guy back.
Brought him back. Yeah, it's a 25-point dude.
I mean, not bad. I'm looking forward to them. Waiting to get them. Haven't really had a lot for Legion recently for me.
Yeah.
So this will be nice. I'm kind of excited for them. I've already made several lists. Darren knows. He's seen them. Some of them. Kendall knows. I've been talking with Kendall about the other ones.
The one you sent me, I guess the most recent one you sent me.
Yeah, the Cody one.
Yeah, I like that one. That was good. I like that.
And I mean, like, and how I figure these guys get used the best, in my opinion, is you use them to shoot at long range with their red die, and then, oh, look, here come the Dark Troopers, or the tank, or the bus. You flip it over, and it's impact 4 if they're all still up. And you fire support in 5's a squad or an RPS squad, and now you're impact a bazillion. And
I think, okay, these guys, you're just taking the one, but they may not get played as often because of it.
Because you want to be able to have offensive priority token
I think
and
so.
a defensive
I
priority
think, I
token.
think
You want
you
both.
probably want to.
Oh, gee, we could have 3 in a team game. Technically 4 if we just don't take Delta.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I mean,
he's already making
I'm
lists.
already making lists.
He's got an issue. Dude's got an issue.
I admit I have an issue, though. I admit it.
That's the first step.
That's-
Admitting
yeah.
it is the first step.
I mean, but is it a problem, really?
Yeah,
I
but he
mean,
took that first step how many years
A
ago?
long, well, he hasn't.
decades?
Okay, but we haven't had an intervention yet. Maybe
Okay.
maybe we need to have like a. No, I don't want to because he comes up with good ideas sometimes. So,
I mean,
yeah.
like, this
Yeah.
was back in fantasy.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was
Yeah,
running
yeah.
Warhammer Fantasy.
Okay,
back in-
I'm kind of like I may occasionally help him with list making by going, hey, what do you think about this list? And
Yeah.
And then
Or somebody's
let him-
like, hey, I don't know what to take. I've got this. And I'm like, here. All right, here we go.
He'll
Let's
give me
see.
like 3 different options.
Like, well, you could do this, and then or you could do this, or you could drop this.
But
And like,
this isn't going to work here, so you got to do this.
Okay, and so, all right. Tangent time now. Not or squirrel, however you want to talk about it.
Do I need
Not
a
a
chair?
rant.
Do I need
You
a
might-
chair?
Well, like, you could take Kenobi with these guys.
I know.
And then you could Guardian, and you could barrier them.
I know.
And then they're just going to stick around forever. And, like, yeah, I
I
mean,
know.
like,
I know.
yeah.
I know. I've seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's still
He's expensive.
he's
But so it'd be single commander instead of a double commander. So those two. So maybe you
Right,
drop
and
down
then
to only 8 activations
yeah,
again.
and if you're not going to bring the clone commander, you probably don't want 5s in there because
right,
he gives you
'Cause
that.
you can't
extra-
give that order. So
yeah,
you're
then maybe
losing
you
that
do.
out.
Yeah, and so now you're not doing fire support. And so
Right,
he's
but
sitting
then
back.
you got to bring like there was somebody that talked about bringing 3 strike teams with 3 of these guys.
I mentioned that. I think you can get up to 10 acts with
Yeah,
these guys. I
with
think
strike team-
with
yeah,
strike teams. I
but-
think, but
Anyways,
yeah.
you get me started. That's we'll be here for 6 hours.
Yeah.
So
Okay, what else we got?
That's
Is that,
it.
Is that it? We're just okay. We're done.
that's it.
It seemed like we didn't.
Worlds, FLG,
Okay.
Commandos,
Okay. Okay.
regionals.
Okay.
We don't have a date yet for us. So
Yeah.
spring training is next week.
Next week. Next week. Spring
Next
training.
week.
Yeah. Bring a
Fun list.
Yeah.
Bring some books.
and some books.
K through
third
third grade.
Yeah. Third grade.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that covers it.
Yeah.
And,
Get lists
and if you can
submitted.
see what's going on the table now, we're playing some Napoleonics because
Can't.
They can't.
They
all
can't see what's going on the
We're,
table.
we're doing some
yeah,
Napoleonics.
we're
so
doing some Napoleonics. So
Yeah. we're doing
15th.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess that's it.
Yeah.
Now we're just rambling.
Yep. So I guess we need to get out there and roll some dice.